Welcome to Lesson 4, Family Contributions. Now, what do I mean by family contributions? This would be money that mom and dad or maybe another family member could give towards your college expenses other than the expenses that you are providing for through student employment. Now, family contributions from a college and government standpoint is usually determined by the EFC score, right? Your estimated family contribution number, which is that dollar amount that they think you can spend on college every year. Just because the EFC number gives you a number doesn't mean that that number is true for you, and we've talked about that. And so what's important for you to think about as a family and talk about in advance is what is actually possible, if any. Now, when I say if any, and especially students if you're listening to this with mom and dad, is families contribute in so many more ways than just putting money on your school bill. They might help with other expenses like your cell phone bill or your transportation costs or anything like that. They might send you care packages. So just because mom and dad might not be able to put money on your school bill doesn't mean they're not helping in other ways. Because when they limit some of those other expenses, that means more of your student employment can go towards your school bill. So family contribution can look a lot of different ways. And even if your EFC score is low, meaning that the government or the college doesn't really expect any money to come from mom and dad, that doesn't set you up for disaster trying to afford college. Because like I said, there's a lot of gift aid, federal and state, that could be helping you afford college. So don't be discouraged by your EFC score. It's just all part of the process of planning in advance. Now, if you have a high EFC score and it's really high and you're doing really well, that still doesn't mean that son or daughter doesn't have to get a student employment job and help afford college. Most people that accumulate wealth do it because they made smart financial decisions, and having your student get involved would be one of those ways to help mitigate all the expenses that come with college. Now, I find that families that usually have the harder time affording college are those with the EFC score range that kind of fall between maybe 5,000 and 20,000, because you're in that mid-range where you no longer qualify for some of the federal gift aid, and so things just look a little bit different. So that's why we're doing this course, right? Is we're learning everything we need to know to make plans in advance so we can do this well. So that is kind of an introduction to making payments out of pocket, whether that's student employment or whether that's family contributions. And in the next module, we're going to start putting this all together to kind of look at the whole picture of affording college well.